Hi guys, welcome to Cafe Clairvoyance. I'm Phil Griggs, your host of this special show this evening, the Halloween special with my very good friend Guiomar, and we'll be doing a wonderful show for you this evening. Just take stock though, things may not be as they seem. Just when you enter the Cafe Clairvoyance Halloween special, things are likely to change. Hello, Earthlings. Look at you all. Look at you all set for a Halloween special. Look at me. I'm really crossing myself. Anyway, so how are you all? Welcome to this evening's show, and we're doing it a little bit different. Just notice things aren't quite as they seem. Yes, like the eyebrows. Hang on, I'll do that again. Anyway, lovely to welcome you to our show where things may not go ahead as normally planned. There may be the odd little change. There may be some unusual things going on. But we shall see. We shall see. Guiomar says, hello, good evening. She's waiting in the background. So waiting in the gallows. She's waiting in the gallows there, and she's going to be coming on shortly. So we see what's going on there, my little earthlings. Yes, dead or alive, you're welcome here. Yes. Yeah, so great to welcome you on here. If you don't believe in horror movies, well, sorry, you're in one right now. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun? Oh, we even get like Happy Halloween. I hope you're dressed up too there, Caitlin. I really do. Yes, anyway, this is a bit of a special because I thought we'd do this for you guys tonight. As we know some of you out there are in very difficult situations where you can't get out so much. So we thought we'd put this on for you guys. Yes. Anyway, so as we go through this evening, I'd just like to let you know what's going to go on. We're going to be on for quite a while this evening. And my good friend Guiomar somewhere is out there. I'm going to have to go and ring that bell to see where she is. Yes, shortly. Anyway, so we're going to do readings tonight. We're going to talk about this creepy Halloween climate. Do you like the eyebrows? Oh my God, everybody saying, oh my God, yes, oh my God. Ah, dear. Have any of you kissed a vampire by any chance? Have you done that? Yes. They're all right, but they're a bit of a pain in the neck. That's any problem. Oh, there comes Cheryl coming on, and there's the producer. She's producing the show in the background, and you'll never guess what makeup she's wearing. Anyway, so Helen says, oh my God, is that it? Great moon tonight. Yes, we'll be sharing moon stories. Where's the cloud that goes over the moon? The problem is, down here, there's no cloud. Can someone make some? Perhaps. Anyway, yes, okay, so it's lovely to see you guys. Lovely to welcome you on to an entertaining special. Yes, entertaining special with lots of things going on. And perhaps we'll see where you're a cross-dresser. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Well, Happy James and I enjoyed this together tonight. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. It's lovely. Lovely. Welcome there. Yes. How's your appetite? Want some tweet? Any of you out there feeling like you've got an axe to grind? Don't worry, I've got one. It's well used. Yes. Anyway, I think I better go and find my dear friend at their big. So I bet she's been up to mischief today. I bet she has. Yes. Yeah. My parents are from Transylvania. Ah, yes, I met them on the way here. That was interesting. We shared an out-of-body experience. How's that? Is this quite good so far? Is this quite good? Do you like this? Like this? Oh, I think this is great fun. Okay, I'm gonna go and find out what is going on out there and where. Let's have a little look. Let's go and have. Is it this one? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What an unusual noise. In fact, I'm going to have a little look to see if we can find. That's not right, is it? That's not right, is it? Here she comes. She's walking up the stairs. Here she's walking up the stairs. Here she comes. There she is. There she is. She's entered the. She's. Oh, what? Oh my God! You're scarier than me. Isn't this good fun? Okay. All right. Right. Sound effects. Okay. Right. Sorry. You have
a tomato on your face. What's wrong?
It's. You're not seeing this. This is This is that's O positive, and that's Risha's negative. That's rather nice. Yes, tasty.
Like pasta to me.
So, I love your hat. Love your hat there. Oh dear. I mean, oh what a great. Oh, it's lovely to see you. Some of you lovely earthlings on the show. Boy, have we got an appetite tonight. You look tasty. You look well tasty out there. Oh dear. We've even got little funnies like jokes and all sorts here to come in here. You know what it's like. Yes. Oh dear. It's interesting actually because if vampires ever get into problems with their houses, it's a grave problem.
Oh God.
Yes. Right. Okay. Sorry. Well, anyway, so here we are. We're live tonight. We're live tonight here. I like this back. It was quite good actually. I'm sure the locals around here. I think it's rather awesome too. And Sandra Park says hi there, Guiomar. That's very nice of you to say hello to Guiomar. And guys, please let us know where you're coming in from. It's lovely to see you. And thank you very much for joining us and having an auspicious time. Yes. Hi, Guiomar. Looking beautiful. Yeah, she has that certain. Yes, maybe. Yes, she has that sort of thing. Maybe she's a vampire too. If I stick her in the freezer, you know what can happen? We can have frostbite. Sorry. Anyway, no, not the jokes. Oh, sorry, right there. Anyway, so here we are. We're on the 31st of this haunting month of October, where the veil is very thin between the earth world and the spiritual realms and out there. Good.
It's really like that. I mean, much more than you would imagine.
It is. Oh, yeah. Yes, Deb says she's coming.
Feeling a little bit funky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, weird energy.
Okay.
Like, I'm having a relaxing tea here. Wait. Where did this go? Oops.
Sorry. She says it's tea. It's got additives in it. Yes. Got toad spawn and all that sort of stuff. That lovely stuff. I know the stuff you really like here. That's good. Oh dear. On the way in, I met a skeleton. He was feeling he has low self-esteem because he says he has nobody to love. That took ages for you to take in, didn't it? That took ages. Dear oh dear.
I still got it, you know?
You ain't got it. Nobody to love. Nobody. Car crash. Bang. That was a calamity one, wasn't it? Okay, shoot that joke down. Shoot that one down. Yes, anyway, so you never know how things are going to go in the night. Anyway, less of that. So, 31st, here we are. We've got a full moon which is going on in Taurus, very close to Uranus, opposite Scorpio. And it's interesting the amount of people who are going through very strange times, my dear. Strange times. And one of the things I'd like to add in here is even people having unusual experiences. Yes.
And dark energies creeping in.
Yes. And isn't it interesting? Right on the full moon, they're close to Uranus and they're in Taurus, land, borders, security. And what have England just said?
and earthquakes.
And earthquake. Ah, earthquake. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes.
Uranus, when Uranus is in Taurus, I mean, it's in Taurus for like 7 or 8 years. So it's all about like the lightning bolt of Uranus going into the earth of Taurus.
Mm.
So it's always like breaking what we thought was stable and secure and breaking the land. So it has to do with all sorts of things like natural phenomena, like earthquakes, like hurricanes and all that stuff. But it also has to do with like us breaking the earth, like environmental issues, and are being aware of those environmental issues.
Okay.
It has
Okay.
to do with when it gets excited, like with the moon right now. You can have like you can hurt yourself, you can bump yourself, you can, I don't know, things that like a crash or things like that happen. So it's kind of like very, also very edgy energy, very funky energy, because it's like, oh my God, what's going on? All this energy coming in.
Uh,
It's really like, I would like to know, guys, like, why don't you just type in there? What have you been feeling this week? And especially, what is it today? Saturday, so Thursday and Friday, and today, what have you been feeling?
wow.
Guys, here it's
Yes.
not normal.
Whilst people are writing in, one of the experiences that I had this morning, um, my partner's in the worst mood ever. That's hilarious. Let's give him a round of applause. Hey, you could do that on a Halloween. Yes. Anyway, I got in. Oh wow, wow, wow! I got engaged 38 years ago today. Congratulations, Eleni.
38 years ago, but that was 38 years ago.
That was 38 years ago.
Yeah,
That was 38
we're
years ago.
celebrating.
Yes.
Congratulations.
It was like
But
it. Yeah, it was like it was yesterday. Ooh. Anyway, yes. Now, so you got engaged 38 years ago. Have you married him yet? Sorry, bad joke. Bad joke. Yes. Anyway, so yes. Now it's interesting here because the other day, my wife fell over unfortunately, but she's okay. She just needs a bit of rest. And today I went out with a walk for the dog, and walked down embankment, which I normally walk down with him. But he pulled me. There were some trees at the bottom of the embankment which weren't normally there, and boy, did I go flying. Hence, I've ended up on the other side. This is me as a ghost talking to you from the other side, the dark side.
No, but seriously, it is a lot about the dark side. So as you guys know by now, I have this universal. I explained that there's this universal maximum, or however you say that. It's in comes the light, out comes the crap.
Yes.
So this is how life works. And right now with that Uranus and Taurus and the moon on it, the moon is like our emotional side, but it also has the light of the sun. So it's
Yes.
like casting some light on that lightning bolt that's coming into the earth,
Okay.
together with Lilith that just went into Taurus too. And Lilith in Taurus is something like there's you've got all these new things that you got to bring in from the heavenly realms,
Okay.
like new information, new values, and they have to come into your body, but it's new, so you got to let go of the old. The crap has to come out. And it's like, and also with that sun in Scorpio saying the sun has even more light than the moon, and it's shining on Scorpio, which is all about the deep shit. But basically it's all about the old stuff that is there that we haven't looked at, deep emotional traumas that we haven't looked at, that are not yours, that are ancestral.
Yeah.
And remember, like all these Capricorn things happening there with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn going over Capricorn. And it's all like, revising all the old stuff. And it's like, then we have two planets in Libra, which is about relationships. So it's all about, okay, we got to bring in new values relating to relationships.
Yeah.
How are we going to relate with others? So I think it was Catherine or somebody like that who said something about husband was
Yeah. In a
angry. And
bad mood, in a funny mood. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's about, okay, so how can we want to do things differently. We want to relate differently, but all this crap is coming out, and it's about relating at every single level you can imagine. So it's normal that we feel bad, we feel dizzy, we feel like our head is clogged, and we feel down, and we feel like maybe as, oh my God, I've got COVID or something like that. but it's not that. It's these heavy, dense energies that are coming out because all this light is coming in. So we are actually in a huge ascension moment with this new moon. And when energies that are bringing us to a different level of consciousness come in,
Yep.
it's heavy stuff. Like the deep shit is moving all over the place. So we can really see the contrast between old ways of relating and the new ways we want to relate to people. So if
Yes.
you've been having relationship issues at any level, it doesn't have to be partners, it can also be bosses, friends, whatever, and also feeling very, very bad, you're cool. You're actually in the right place.
That's a funny thing to say, isn't it? Because it's okay to feel crap, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's how, I mean, normal psychology, a doctor would say, oh, for goodness sake, you just don't get worried, you'll get over it. No, it's here. It's here. I was actually talking with a guy yesterday, doing some therapy work with him, and he was talking how he needs to have confidence to go and do exams and things like this. And it's interesting here because he says he suffers from anxiety. I said, well, suffer it. Take it on. Don't ignore it. Don't avoid it. Take it on, but notice what anxiety is.
Exactly, because anxiety, particularly anxiety, is you being out of your body.
Yes.
So when the light comes in, it's very normal for you to skedaddle out and to go into your mind. So when you're feeling that anxiety, what you want to do is calm down and connect to your body, but not like ignore it, not like saying, oh, I can't be anxious or anything like that. But it's more like prioritizing the connection with you and your body and looking to get yourself into a state of more calmness by actually doing something that is good for you. For example, taking a walk, going into the garden and being with the plants, having a nice warm cup of something, and stop doing all those things that actually make you more anxious, like looking at Facebook, except for Cafe Clairvoyance, of course.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I'm glad you added that there.
And so if we take care of ourselves, we can back actually and connect with our body, consciously, just intending to, and moving around a bit, moving yourself physically, like maybe dancing a bit, but not dancing like I'm going to dance like this. No,
that's what I normally do. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
It's more because this is dancing like with your head disconnected from your body, right? So you want to dance connected to your body. You want to sway with your body. You want to move with your body.
This sounds like emoting that you were talking about the other day. Yes, we're fascinated in that. Absolutely fascinating in this thing, this experience of moving through your body. It's a great dance routine, isn't it? I mean, even after a while, I think your dog or your cat will probably join in when you start moving around and dancing like that. It's fantastic. But it's a great courtship dance. I think so. It's a Halloween show. We're allowed to say this. Anyway, so yeah, so notice this. But also, anxiety has one part to it of what anxiety is doing. What it's doing. Because one part of it, actually exploring with this guy, was it was there to try and keep him safe. So it's interesting what anxiety is. There's a point of it you may well be feeling out there, guys. If you're feeling anxious, part of an anxiety is trying to say, no, don't do this. Don't go into, what you want to go into, but you don't want to do it. So therefore it's holding you back. Holding you back and keeping yourself in a safer place. It's a bit like when I want to go and, I'm just putting an analogy because I talked to you about this. I want to go and jump off the top board at the swimming pool. And but I was scared of heights. I still am a little bit scared of heights, but I was watching all my friends go up to the top board, run along and jump off, I thought, I want to do it, but I'm scared of heights. So I decided I would go and have a look because I was still feeling safe. I was keeping myself in a safe place just by looking. But looking turned into disaster because I looked too far. I leant over and looked too far and I fell in, and my arms and legs in all sorts of directions. A lifeguard, I could actually see, but I remember myself coming down. The lifeguard look at me going, what is that? But splat, hit the water, came up and went, that was fantastic. That's it. You couldn't keep me off the top board after that. So there's that always that feeling like, oh no, you can't because it's trying to keep you safe. But actually talking to safety and almost like saying to it, it's okay.
Well, the way
It's
I would
okay
say
to.
that, from an energetic perspective, what I would say there that happened to you is that as when you were anxious, you were totally dissociated, so you have no connection or control over your body, hence you falling over and going like that. But actually falling and hitting yourself against the water is what makes you get into your body. It's what actually activates your soul getting into your body. So then you feel good, then you feel great.
I love having out of body experiences like this, especially on an evening like this.
Not
You go
healthy
that
to be
way,
out of body. It's
right?
not healthy to be out of body,
No,
Phil.
not everyone. No.
Not for people to no, it's not healthy, especially when there's so much crap floating
Yes.
around.
Oh, yes.
And
Especially at the moment. Yes, I'm saying that on a humorous level. I wasn't saying that
yes,
on a.
yes. So if you're actually out of body, which means you're in your mind, what your body's going to pick up all the crap that's floating around. So, for
Mm,
example, if you're watching TV and thinking about, oh my God, this and that, and blaming and not, and whose fault is this, and oh, they did this because of that, and being angry and all that stuff, that's you being in your mind, hence being disconnected from your body. And hence, all the negative dark energies that you are actually attending to are going into your body. And that's not nice. That's not nice. So we have to
this
learn to
is
be more
hilarious.
careful.
Yes, I am being humorous at some points, but I feel like getting told off. And Katrina says exactly the same. So it feels getting told off, lol. Ha ha ha. Hi everyone, lovely the closer looks. Lovely to see you, Jane. Lovely to see you. Yes, tapping on the crystal ball. I'll have to have a look through my little crystal ball. See what we can see tonight. That's a nice one. It's a very nice one. And this one here is yes. You've always got to do. That's it. Always got to. Every time you do a reading, use a crystal ball. If you ever use one, it's always good to rub it to clear the energy out of the old reading before you start the new one. It's always good to do that. And some people also say to cleanse your brand, is to cleanse your crystal in neutral water or even brandy water with a bit of brandy in it, spirit in it, that cleanses it and cleans it, or even alcohol. But just let you know if ever you use one. Yes, and always protect it with whether you're going to use a blessing on it or whether you're going to use a scented candle or even salt on it, whatever you want to do. Yes, I can see my foot up my partner's bottom. Is this a prediction? This sounds.
I'm saying, Katrina says, I'm recovering from a real bad fall, have started hurting.
Yes, yes. I'll just go back to that. See, yes, I just saw that there earlier. Yes.
This is the energy that we have right now. So basically what's going on is we're integrating more light. So if we have any patterns that resist, they're going to go leave our bodies through different kinds of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not want to resist, but you resist because you're holding on to your old patterns, to your old ways of thinking and feeling, of being. This isn't good or bad, it's just what we do naturally. So what I suggest you can do is just to state the intention of releasing any old patterns that are not useful for you
Mm-hmm.
anymore, and ask universe to do it as soft and easy as possible. So it's,
Yes.
universe, please help me release my old patterns as that don't serve me anymore, and make it as soft and easy as possible. So if you state this, the energies will flow easier, because it's very, very strong energies coming in, and it's we need to do a lot of integration, and it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. So
No.
don't feel worried if you're feeling bad or anything like that. If you're hurting or if you've been anxious, don't be worried. It's just part of the process. And by the way, I would like to add another thing about lockdown, because like
Mm-hmm.
I said a few months ago that I don't think we're all going to go into lockdown, because this whole year is about obtaining or achieving personal sovereignty with respect to codependency. So we're learning to be more sovereign, more in ourselves,
Yeah.
more prioritizing ourselves, which is what lockdown has helped us to do. And we're learning to not be so codependent and so needy. because we're realizing how we can tend for our own basic needs, and then from there relate to others in a different way, right? So lockdown is basically it's helping us to do that. Lockdown and social distancing. It's
Yes.
helping us to really relate first to ourselves and then to others. So I always said, because of that, and because of this is a lesson of personal sovereignty, we're not lockdown is not going to repeat the same way as before, but there will be a trickling down from government to, for example, local governments and regions and so forth, for trickling down of responsibilities. So different areas will apply different rules as far as this lockdown or partial lockdown or whatever is going on, like we have here, because that's the whole point. So also, if you already learned the lesson back then, you don't need to you don't need to attract that same lesson anymore.
I agree with that. Totally agree with that. I think it's,
So I think in
yes.
our area we learned a lot. We realized that we can actually, it's more important to be with us, to take care of ourselves, and like everybody I know people suffered, but like everybody I know actually had a wonderful time, actually got a lot of positive from the previous lockdown. So it's, I think people who haven't realized this are, or populations that really haven't grasped this, how important it is to be with yourself. Those are
Yeah.
the people who are going to suffer more from more lockdowns or restrictions or et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, and one of the things that I think is interesting here, because I was actually having a conversation today about this, is what lockdown did. I totally agree with you. Is having, I love your words there, the sovereignty, have a greater sovereignty with yourself, and I think some of the important factors there is what brings this on, which is very nice here. Is UK is going to go back, or England anyway, is going to go back down into lockdown by the look of it. Unless they've decided they're going to do that until December the 2nd, which that was coming. That was coming. That was on its way. That was coming no matter what people say. And I think even astrologers were saying as soon as Jupiter got close to Pluto, that was it. It was going to go again. And then we have a full moon in Taurus, borders, land, things like this here. All that going on in Capricorn, all that going on Taurus. There's that energy. It was going to happen like that. But once this is done, once it's moved on, it's good, isn't it? It's good. It has moved on. Once it's moved on, it's changed and it's great. I think that's a better thing. I also would say here, we've got a few people here coming in asking for readings. We'll try and get through those as soon as we can. And we'll be there to do that. We also have a couple of you who have also written in before. So that'd be good to help you guys as well. Yes. Okay, so this is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is the special Halloween. This is the Halloween. Ooh. Feel unsafe. I got all queasy. Anyway, right. So you never know what's going to happen on a show like this. So during tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to do some readings for you guys. We're also going to do some astrology. We're going to do some numerology. We're going to do a little bit of everything for you guys. So let's have a look here.
A lot of people from March. What's happened here? But everybody that's born in March is asking for for a reading.
Oh my goodness! Oh yes, we got Jenny Payne's a bit different. She's July, and we got a few other people here coming through as well. So lovely. Right, okay. We're going to be back in a mo. But I think first of all we'll just do a little bit of this. We're back. I love that music. It really is rocky. It's like you want to get out. You want to have an out of body experience with that music, don't you? Sorry. Okay. Has anybody got any natural eyebrows like mine? Like naturally. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. Okay. So here we are. We're going to do astrology. So we're all going to give you a lot of details here, a lot of readings and stuff. We also had on the show just before, we had details there which came in from Jane. I'm just getting her details back up here because Jane, I do apologise, but it came in right at the last minute. But and so okay, Jane, very nice. You say Anaj. What a pseudonym for a name. Cryptic clue there, isn't there? Love reading. My favourite colour is green. My question would be, should I start a new training course? Is it the right course? Also, if possible, any messages from my mum who passed a long time ago, or anyone else close to me who's passed. Many thanks. Looking forward to another show. Okay, right. Let's have a little look here. So let's put you up there and say hello. Very good evening to you, and welcome to this spooky show. But let's have a little look here, see what we can pick up. The first thing I would like to say to you here, I have to take glasses for this because mediums, they don't make Specsavers don't make glasses for mediums. Never mind, but there we go. But going through this here, the first thing I'd like to say to you here is would you understand about your appetite, please? Because this is the first thing that's coming straight through. Not you, Guiomar. Don't look at me like that. I always feel like, oh God, here we go. No, Jade. So, would you understand about changing your appetite, changing a lot of things about yourself? Would you understand about reconnecting with yourself? This is interesting, Jade. This is like a whole new restart or something that's going on around you, because this is a very nice energy. And I've actually got a few spirits here who wanted to come over. One of them here is connecting, yes, from which I feel is on your mother's side of your family, and I actually just waited to see exactly who this is. But as I'm talking to her and communicating here, would you understand it that you are actually, although you're not that spiritual yourself without offending you, would you understand you're actually looking up there and going, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Do you know I'm here? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm feeling? And raw but struggling. I have digestive issues. Yes, that's interesting. Absolutely. I started eating raw but struggling. I have digestive issues. This is interesting because they're telling me about diet, telling me about food, and they're also saying to me as well here, regarding your question about going into starting a training course, where it'd be a time to start a new training course. The thing here is what is it you've given up on? What is it you've let go of? Because something here, you let go of something, but is it right to let go of what you let go of? In other words here, I just pick up, there's another energy to you here that says, do you need to go backwards before you go forwards? What do you need to go and re-sort out? It's almost like, I just want to leave something behind you, just dump it in the corner there and move on. I get a feeling you still got to go back to what it was you were dealing with before you can go forwards here. And I get a feeling here, just clear this up a little bit and then you're in a better place. I also get a feeling here as well, interesting as saying about sovereignty. I love that word, sovereignty, reconnecting with our own sovereignty. This is really about you connecting with this. Really is. It's like we're talking about Halloween and out-of-body experiences, but we are out of ourselves and we need to get back in to reopen the positives here, reopen the energies. But they're saying to me here, they want you to recognize here that you're actually stronger. And would you understand here emotionally, romantically, it hasn't been easy, but it's almost like it may not be stuff you're dealing with now. It's stuff that was going on in your life here. Now you're trying to move on. But I just get a feeling here, before we jump out of one situation and go into another, just deal with the past a little bit, if you'd understand that. And I'll pass you down the road to Guiomar.
Hello, how are you? I can't, your name, is it Ina?
It is a pseudonym for Jane.
Right. Okay.
Right. Sorry. Yes, I just put Jane's name back up again. Yes.
Okay. So Jane, Jane has Moon and Jupiter and Lilith in Taurus. So Lilith has gone into Taurus, and Taurus is about the body. It's about the connection to the body. So when you have a moon in Taurus, there's a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of fear coming through the body. Also, Uranus is in Scorpio, which accentuates that fear. And then the Chiron in Aries, together with that Jupiter, Lilith, Moon in Taurus, makes it like I'm feel very insecure in my body, and I feel like there's something wrong with me physically or whatever. There's something wrong with my body. So I don't trust my body. I don't trust myself. But your sun in Capricorn says it's all about, as Phil said, sovereignty. It's all about being you. It's about being conscious about you. And I agree also, Phil, what you say about reconnecting with your body. It's about working on that connection. And when you say you're following a diet, the important thing here is that because you've got a Saturn in Leo, so Saturn in Leo has kind of difficulty for connecting to their true self, to their heart. And this is the key. You have to connect to your heart. So with the Sun and Saturn, the Moon in Taurus, the Saturn in Leo, it's probable that Uranus, yeah, well, and Lilith, Mercury too, and Jupiter, yeah. So it's very probable that you are more letting yourself be like following what other people are saying. Like if somebody says this is good, then you follow it because that's the good thing to do. And this is more about really following what is good for you, learning to hear yourself, not others.
Yes.
So it's not about other people's opinions. It's about what you put together from everything you've experienced through other people's opinions.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And I feel this energy around you there, Jane, is to say to you that there's this, I think you'll work on yourself over and not a long period of time, that you work on yourself and get really strong. And when you get strong, you'll be very happy that you got strong. So, and I think looking at courses here about what you're doing and where you're going, let's have a little look. Should you go ahead with this? I think you'll like the idea of it. In fact, here's something which I think you're going to agree with. Would you understand here? You're not 100% sure this is the right course. Something here, because I look at your cards here, they're saying you may well move on from this idea about doing this course and go on to another one. Yes, you'll take a turning in life.
I suggest, Jane, that you use the power of intention. And basically, it's universe. I want clarity. I want to know what is best for me. And then when we do an intention, when we say an intention, what happens afterwards are the ego's trials. So you will see like the old patterns come up and try you and say, are you sure you want to do something new? So for example, if you say, universe, help me to see what is best for me and make it as soft as easy as possible, then you might get like new offers of stuff. So the idea is when you get those trials of egos, stop and feel, how does that make you feel? Okay. How does that make you feel? And if it doesn't make you feel good, then it's an ego's trial. Okay.
Okay.
Don't think about the course per se or the offers or the new courses that you might stumble upon, but actually how does that make you feel, to let your heart guide you. Okay, Jane?
Thank you very, very much. I think that's lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Yes. Even your sister there, Evita, says yes. Right. Yes, I like the subject. I'm not sure of the course. Yes. Okay. This is now. I'm getting a feeling here. Just would you understand? Have you got time to sort of dwell on this a little bit? Just have a bit of time out just to think about this and really get into yourself about what it is you want. Yes.
Yeah. More than thinking, it's about feeling it. And once you feel it, and once you say, okay, I want this, then go for it. And don't worry, it will never be a mistake. What you actually go for in the end, it's actually your soul deciding for you. It doesn't matter how much your brain just goes around in circle or not. It's actually your soul, your higher self, better said, that is making you choose things. So whatever we choose, it's never a mistake. It's our mind going around in circles that wants to control life and things, and we do not control anything at all.
Yes.
You might as well just choose throwing dice on a table and saying, if 6 comes out, I'm doing this, and if not, I'm doing that. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. It's just act on your impulse, choose whatever it is, because whatever you choose is going to be the right thing for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's going to be the course of your life, but it's going to be the right experience for you.
I think so too. That's lovely advice there. Lovely, lovely advice. Okay, we're going to pop down the road and going to have a nice word with a lady called Jenny Payne. Hello, Jenny. Hope you're well. She writes in here. I'll just start off this in case you haven't got the details here. And okay, Jenny, she says, what do the next 6 months hold for me? Okay, well, that's interesting here because sometimes we get a bit generalistic. And can you hear the bells out there? They're ringing. The bells are ringing for this poignant time. Okay, Jane. So sorry, Jenny. One of the things I like.
13th of the 7th, right?
13th of 7th, 1962. A spring chicken, very young lady. Anyway, Jenny. So what I'd like to say to you here is the energy which is starting to come through for you that I'm picking up. Would you understand here? It's like you're actually realizing or finding here. I can hear the bells in a minute. The Esmeralda or like Hunchback, he'll stop them in a minute. Anyway, and what I'm picking up here is the first thing I'd like to say here is, would you understand that you're actually, in a funny way, taking on more of a masculine role in your life at the moment? Very interesting to say here because this is what I want to pick up. The bells. Thank you, Esmeralda. Thank you, Hunchback. Anyway, because what I'm starting to pick up here is you're going to start taking a stronger stance. Now, although you're asking what the next 6 months going to be like, actually, you're going to be managing more. You're going to be like the manager. You'll be like you're managing your life more. You're managing situations more. And I pick up that's going to be a little bit stronger for you. The other thing here, which I like to pick up, because your energies here come through as a 2-3-5. The 2-3-5. The 5 here is great for just being free as well. But it's about you being in power. It's about you being in your own power. And I think that's what's going to be the awesome part here. Outside of that, what we've got here as well, your 2 part of this is about the relationships with people you have around you and how you're functioning with that and what it means to you to have relationships with people one level, but to be free on the next. That's part of your 5. That's how your dynamic of your 5 is working. So I think you're going to find here, Jenny, the next 6 months in front of you will be about you making the decisions, you making primarily the decisions, and that's where I think it's going to be of importance. If I looked around months which are going to be very beneficial for you, I'm not a doctor, but I just see a bit of health stuff coming up around February. However, I see you in a stronger place at the moment. I see you in a stronger place, and I think she said, yes, that's so true. Let's go on. Good. And excuse me a minute, I'm going to have to go and shut that bleeding door.
Hi, Jenny. Meanwhile, I'm going to actually take over. And so Jenny has the North Node in Leo, which is all about being you, being the one that leads, being the one that, being happy and leading others. And it's basically like a kindergarten teacher with all the little kids. And like she's bigger and older and she knows her stuff, but she leads others by being at the same height as them, but not really. Just like acting at the same height through that happiness, through that joy. So that's what a Leo North Node should look like. But there's an interesting thing here because there's a sun with no aspects, which means that your solar expression, your identity, who you are, it works in a very pure fashion, which is sun in Cancer. But also this sun turns on and off without any possibility of your will turning it on and off. It just depends on the people and the circumstances that surround you, that suddenly you become more solar and then suddenly you become more shy. And also there's a theme of freedom and codependency in your chart. So that can be kind of strange for you. It's like, why am I sometimes like so out there and it's easy for me to just be the leader and all that stuff, and then suddenly on the other side I'm like, I feel weak and I feel codependent, and like these 2 things are just going on their own inside me. What's wrong with me? Well, actually nothing is wrong with you. You're wired that way, so you can learn to connect with people in a deeper way. it makes you more empathic. It makes you learn more, so it'll make you a better leader.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just while doing this, Susanna, can you put your colour, birth date and question up again, please? Your details dropped off the end of the world. Yes, they dropped off somewhere. Anyway, apologies for that. But, right, okay. And Jenny, if I'm looking at the pile cards here, I'm going to go for the middle. I'm drawn towards the middle for you. And look at the general ideas here about what's coming on over the next few months or so, how this is going to be. Right, okay.
I'm rubbing my ball. Is that right, Phil?
Sorry?
I'm rubbing my ball.
That's it. That's what Deborah was saying earlier on. She put a post up saying that us two are rubbing our balls. That's very nice. It's it's a spiritual word, by the way. It's nothing else in there. It's just anyway. Your cards are interesting here as well, here, Susanna, because one of the things you're going to be looking at is money. And money won't be a issue, but it's how you're managing it. It's how you're going to manage money over the next sort of few months or so. And yes, because it may well be about properties, whether you're thinking of downsizing, whether you're thinking of changing where you're living. But I just see change here. And I think here, yes, sorry, I've just seen your, Katrina, just seen your little message there. But yes, but this is about money there. So I think, Susanna, sorry, I think, Jenny, that's what you'll be looking at just for a little while, is how you're sorting out money. But come February time, February, March, almost like the borders of February and March, there's going to be quite a big decision you're making around that time about where you're living and where you want to be. After that time, it's plain sailing. It's plain sailing after that. But it's just a decision you have to make here. And I think here as well, you'll be right about a gentleman's health. Still a bit concerned about gentleman's health. I'm not a doctor. Don't know what it is. Okay. Well, I tried to sell my property in Spain, lol. Okay. That's why. There we go. There we go. I don't know why it didn't go up then. There it goes. Yes. Yes. Okay. Good. So hope that helps you out, because I think here by you get to around about February time, there's mid-February to the end of February, you'll be making a decision, and actually it'll be better by then. I just see you thinking here that, yes, my dad's health. Yes, I'm not the soothsayer about what health problems are. Leave that to a doctor, but we just pick them up as energy. Anyway, good. Okay, let's go and pop down the road. We're going to have a very nice chat with a very nice lady called Sandra. Because Sandra wrote in, and just going to get she just popped off here. She's popped off a list, but I think it's just come up in just a second. And Cassandra wrote in, she wanted a little message here, and there she is. She says here that she would like turquoise general reading guidance, please. And it's the 17th, 1948. And it's interesting here because you're a number 6 in energy. You're a 6 in numerology. And 6 is all about sometimes keeping the balance between people, sorting everybody out. It's almost like you're the go-to person, whether this be a spiritual thing, whether it be people need to come and see you, or people need to work you in that way. But that's one of the things I see. Now, Sandra, if I started to work with you on a spiritual level here and start to pick up who wants to come around you for a general reading, let's have a look. If I get a bit thirsty, I need some more blood, I think. Anyway. So anyway, just looking at me. Now, this is one of the things I feel here for you that I'm picking up here, Sandra. Would you understand here? Because I have a lady here. A lady here wants to step in. And would you understand a V name like Victoria, Vicky, Victoria? But I got a V, a lady with a V, and she just stepped in here. And as I'm talking to her, she wants to come through, Sandra, and she's just saying to me here that would you understand that sometimes you need a little bit of a hug, my dear? Just a little bit of a hug. Just say, it's all okay. Yes, because she wants to do this to you. And would you understand here that there's 2 women who passed over that you are very close to, and you are very aware that they're with you? Because they're here. And they both want to say to you, would you understand about a small dog as well, please? Have a small little fluffy dog. Small fluffy dog that's in the spirit world as well, because they want to bring this through. And would you understand here about someone around you having issues with bones? With bones here. That's what I'm picking up as well. When someone's got issue with bones, And yes, I'm just hearing bones here. And also, they would like to come through and say to me here, they're just working with you too, to say that this is going to be over the next sort of few months or so. It's not about speed change, it's change in a very gentle, gradiented way. And you want to go abroad next year. You're looking to go abroad and love your holiday. Keep those hopes there. Keep those. I've got bone issues. Okay, I got bone issues. Okay, just don't know what the problems are, but I just see it there. But I just see here a nice gradient going through next year. Just says very slowly the way your life picks up and starts to get happier, better. But I also pick up here this holiday or where you want to go away. You'll be fine. I really pick up you'll go away. I know for some of us at the minute, is like that's the last thing on our list. Last thing on the list, but that's one of the things I feel. But very nice energy, though. It's almost like just calm, keeping in a calm way, just doing things nicely, and away we go. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I like your energy. I like your energy, Sandra. It's very beautiful energy. Um,
Mm.
it's Pluto, Saturn, Mars in conjunct in Leo in opposition to Lilith in Aquarius. So
Ooh.
again, we have this issue about codependency and freedom. You know, it's like the two worlds. But Sandra's a Pisces, so it's about a North Node in Taurus conjunct Venus and the Moon in Gemini conjunct Uranus. So
What a mixed
it's
bag. What a
it's
mixed bag that energy there is. It's amazing, isn't it? That is like you got talents here, bits there, but they're all related. That is interesting.
it's basically like being the one that closes circles and helps with your energy bring the new in. So I think the important thing here for you to understand, Sandra, is that your energy is doing a lot to the people around you. So it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what happens. You have an energy that helps close circles and open new doors. That's what you do basically. So you can do it physically at some levels, but you also do it spiritually, energetically. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, would you understand? I totally agree with that. Totally agree. I really get that feeling there of like being the go-to person. Like your person needs something sorting out, an ending. You're a good person to go to. If it's something to sort out that needs starting, needs a bit of umph to it, a bit of other insight. I think that's an amazing way about you, Sandra. That you got yes. So she said, yes, thank you, Guiomar. There you go. Absolutely love it. Oh, I think we need a little round of applause on that one because Sandra, I think you're a lovely, 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 lovely lady. How's that? How's that? How's that? Good. Okay. Righty ho. Righty ho. Let's just have a look at your cards here, Sandra, and just see how things are going to be going for you just over the future. Let's have a little look. And right, okay. She says, "Bless you both, or bless your cotton socks." Okay, let's go. Let's go left on here, and see where we go. Right. Your cards. Whereabouts are they going here? Let's have a look. Your at the moment, this is so interesting. Your cards here, because on one side here, you want your life to get going, get moving, get doing things. But you've got this lovely energy just says, just need to sit back. And it's almost like this one here where you're balancing on a tightrope. But it's also saying here about keeping a balance on things, keeping things quiet. It's not strenuous being on the tightrope. It's not like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. No, it's nothing like that. This is about just keeping a nice harmonious balance and working things to keep the balance there. Then your cards are fine. You may have a car issue, an issue to do with a car that you may need sorting out. That will get sorted out though. The bigger underlying picture here is later on, you will travel. You'll travel, you're going to start reconnecting with people. Your friendships through next year, whether you're a quiet soul or not, you'll be very busy with other friendships around you, which is going to connect you. And I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. In fact, it'll be an extraordinary year with friendships. And yes, even if you think here, but I only want 2 friends and that'll do me fine. No, your friendship circle is going to get bigger.
You know how you can give yourself a hug, Sandra? It's like just make a list of all the times in your life, like maybe you thought it had nothing to do with you, but people ended or began things around you. Just make a list. And just start pondering about that and just start observing how something you said, something you did might have just sparked that in people. Just make that
Uh-huh.
light.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, yes, I think that's a terrific energy you've got. And to be able to do that and get information through and across to people, I think is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Right. Okay. Let's go. I'm just looking here. Here we go. Let's go across the pond. Across the pond. Far across the pond. Far across the pond. Go and look for Caitlin. And Caitlin, she is 19th of March 1997. Yeah, 19th of March 1997. And very, very good evening to you, or good afternoon to you, probably even good morning, even where you are in the world. And okay, what does the rest of the year look like for me? Lockdown. Sorry, that's a joke. What are you doing tomorrow? Lockdown. What are you doing the day after? Lockdown. Sorry, there's no humour in this whatsoever. No. Okay, what's the rest of the year hold for you? This is interesting here. Would you understand here? Would you understand if I said here, Caitlin, that there is a very, very nice energy here with you? And one of the things I like... Sorry?
Do you sing, Caitlin?
Do you sing? You sing, don't you?
Let's see.
We'll see later on. We'll see. Anyway, okay. So, working with these energies around you, Kate, at the moment, would you understand to keep yourself very busy despite all the craziness? Yes. Now, one thing I'd like to say to you here is it's extraordinary at the moment. I call it extraordinary because I've got this lovely lady here who's passed over from the spirit world, and she wants to come through here. She says here that she was a little bit on the largish side. She had a very nice in it. She was a quite nice character here, but she's just come rushing in like, I've just done the shopping. I've just come to drop in from the spirit world and just come and have a chat with you. Now, would you understand here if I said to you there, Caitlin, that you're actually thinking, you've been actually talking with people and people are giving you ideas. People are letting you know what's possibly coming up in the future. And people are talking to you not about what is present, but what's coming up. Because this is going to be interesting around you because you're going to be referring back like January, February, March. Well, that was said to be back in December or November, whenever it was here. So watch the conversations now and how you can make or you can create opportunities by how people are talking to you at the moment and thinking, oh, okay, I could produce something of that in the future and actually start making a track towards it or start creating something. Because you're going to have a very interesting time of people saying, oh, I just come out, just talk to someone else down the road. Joe down the road is just talking about doing a particular project. And you're going, and it reminds you about a project. It may not be the same, it's slightly different. You're thinking, actually, I could do this. In which case, prepare yourself. Because opportunity is going to come to you. And it's almost like, this is strange. You almost think here, the universe really is working. And it is. Because what it's going to start doing for you is you're going to start seeing things, you're going to restart recording things and thinking things. And then a little bit later on, they're going to happen. And then you're being shown here to get yourself ready. Get yourself prepared. Because the future is interesting. And the future is just around the corner. It's just around the corner. That's my front door, by the way. I think it's a dog trying to get in. Anyway, right. Okay, let's have a little nip down the road. And let's go off to down the road to Javier and go have a little word with you. Yes, it's your turn. Yes.
So Caitlin, Caitlin's a Sun conjunct Venus in Pisces with the Moon in Leo, hence the question. It's a very musical combination. But the thing is that this combination also kind of like you pick up a lot on people's stuff, but when you do, with this combination, it's like really needing to like people like this do something to call attention. So it could be in a positive sense, it could be singing, it could be acting, but there's like a big need for attention. But your south node is with the sun, and it's saying it's not about you just staying there and expecting for people to come to you. It's about you actually doing it the other way around, you getting people together and moving them and being more proactive.
So I agree with that.
The good thing about singing because you have a Lilith Leo aspect too, and that would like you would feel like, oh, I can't express myself. It's like always waiting for somebody to recognize your talents and your expressive arts or the way you express yourself, and thinking that until somebody recognizes you, then that can't come out. And it's not that way. You have to do something yourself. You have to be proactive, like do anything artistic, because that will help you bring you out. And instead of you being more passive and waiting for people to see something in you.
I love that. I love it, because that's what I pick up here. Is like people talking to you, Caitlin, and actually saying things to you. And it's for you to act upon it. It's for you to do it. It's you to create that to happen. And she's, yes, I definitely agree with that. And also she used to play the violin. Violin, which is fantastic. Here we should have got you playing on this show. It'd been really authentic. Yes. Anyway, so this is about doing something like this. This is about creating these opportunities in your life and where you can go with this. And stepping forwards into it. That's about it. So you're going to hear things from people. People are going to suggest things. They're just talking. You're just hearing people in the street, like you're standing in a queue, and like people start talking about something that's going to resonate with you. And they're almost like, oh, that makes you think about something. Great. Prepare. Act upon it. Get ready, because it's going to take you forward somewhere.
Yeah, what you can do is, like, since you played the violin, like, I'm sure, I don't know what age you were, but if you were young, for example, there were some bad parts about playing the violin, I would imagine, like, you know, having to, I don't know, be one more of the orchestra or whatever. But there were good parts too, where you were more proactive, where you were doing a technique, where you were playing, you were listened to. So why don't you just like recall those memories and think and feel in your body how that made you feel, and use that as a reference of how you should feel when you do things in life, as a reference to sovereignty.
Yes. Right. Sorry about this, by the way. Fortunately, I'm a messy eater. Right. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Look, Caitlin says, I need to do it for myself and not for others. Yes and no, because you're actually, Pisces are very good organizers of others. And with the moon in Leo, you can really put the show on. So it's about doing it for others, but not in the sense of doing it for other people's aprobación. What's the word in English? Other people saying, oh, you're good and all that stuff. It's not about that.
It's about flattery.
For others, you giving things to others, you making things possible for others.
Yes, now that's interesting here. And although you say you struggle with self-expression, I think that's just down to a shyness from somewhere. But when you come out like that, you're fantastic. Take, for instance, loads of famous people that I've read for or connected with in the past. And one of them I didn't get a chance to read, but I'd love to have done, was Freddie Mercury. But he was a very, very, very charismatic guy on stage. But in his personal life, he was very, very shy and very, very held himself back. In fact, yes, it's what he wanted to do was to perform, but it took him a little while to get up there and start doing it.
Exactly. And another thing is that the more a talent you have for expression, the more difficult it will be to express yourself. Look at me. So right now I'm expressing myself. I'm doing silly things on camera. I'm doing videos, and I'm even disguising myself, and I don't care what I look like. But that was not me before. I was absolutely, pardon the expression, shit scared when I was a child. I couldn't be anywhere away from my mom because it was overwhelming to be in public. I could not speak in public because I would just go totally red in the face and I would suffer so much. And I would just like I would walk down the street and I had the feeling that everybody was observing me and criticizing me. Like, it was really overwhelming. And look at me now. So when you feel it's very, very difficult to express yourself, it's because you have a talent for expression. And this is good for anybody who feels this way.
I think that's a big thing. I think I said this before, that years ago I had a stutter. And I was exactly the same as you. I hated public speaking because I'd just end up freezing on words or repeating a letter. And I absolutely hate it. And I used to shut myself away. Absolutely no way. So Caitlin, what you got there, although you're saying you struggle with your self-expression, I think you just need the odd couple of people around you who want you to really express yourself, and you'll be out there because you're amazing. You're an amazing soul. Yes, I think that's a big thing here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, my dear, that helps you, and you take care. Good. Okay. Next up is Susanna. Susanna, she's just come through here. She's we lost her details earlier on, but she was coming through on the show anyway. But she wanted to know what was going on, and her question here is: Color Purple, my life has changed so much. Can you give me some guidance? Yes, I can actually. Yes, I can. I can, because I'm picking this up straight away, because the spirit world are right here. In fact, here, would you understand here that I can understand that you're fluctuating? Would you understand for some particular reason, some of the work you're actually doing in your life now, would you understand there's some bits where you're actually feeling that you're working in more healing work? Healing work, actually sending out healing with people rather than reading for people. This is some particular energy's work at the minute. And I also pick up here too that there's this other energy around you, which is it's interesting, yeah, because you're a 371. You go to 374 40, if you call it like that, 3740. Your 3 number is about communication with people. Your 7 is all about spirituality. So it's a big, big thing with you. It's a lovely big thing with you. So you are destined to go and work in a job like this or do something like this from day dot. I think as well, with the bits that are changing around you is where you're needed. So this where life has changed so much, I think it's like the universe is like saying you were going that way, now we're steering you that way a little bit, and just go with it. Just go with, because I think it's what's going to open up doors for you. But yes, and I also think here, would you understand here that you're also starting to get into a new project now, something which is enlightening you a little bit, and I think that's going to be quite a new start for you. There's something new you're going to start getting into, and I think here, that Susanna, that you'll start to feel quite pleased about that. Yes.
Will, what's Susanna's birthday?
28th 11th 1960.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realise you didn't have it there. No, I keep talking whilst you're doing that, and someone got used to now. And okay, so as we work with this energy, as we start building, and I see you actually use this energy to go and build yourself here. Watch what starts to come up here, because I think you'll get a little bit confused, and I can understand why you're wanting guidance here. You get a bit confused between November and December. But once you come into January, there's going to be a very, very strong energy around you, which is going to show you very quickly where you're going. Very, very strong energy, and you'll like it. And I think, yes, energy does change, and it's changing at the moment, but it will become very strong for you. And I think you'll thoroughly enjoy yourself. You'll be in a great place. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal that, Susanna, that you're kind of paralyzed now, because you have Saturn in Capricorn, which now it's in Capricorn, so you're resonating with that. Jupiter in Capricorn, which now Jupiter's in Capricorn, so you're resonating there. And they are doing, so Saturn is doing an opposition to Mars in Cancer. And right now there's an opposition, there's a square from I think it's only Jupiter left to Mars. So the aspects are very similar, and it's aspects that really put a block on action. But at the same time, your moon is in Aries, where all this, like Mars is in Aries, and Lilith was in Aries, and Chiron in Aries. So there's a lot of, and that moon in Aries wants to always be in action, and the sun in Sagittarius too. So it's like a bit of do I really have to wait? I don't like waiting. I like doing things and getting things done.
Yes.
Very entrepreneurial. So it's kind of frustrating for you to have to wait to do things. But your Lilith is in Cancer, and it's with Uranus. And again, we have the same thing about wanting to belong or wanting to be free. So the reason you want to be free, and you can be free to do whatever you want, but you have dependency issues. You have like inner baby issues, that you didn't feel hugged enough or held enough. So it's important when that we do that to ourselves, that we take care of ourselves, that we nurture ourselves, because that will give us the strength to be
Yeah.
who we really want to be. And
Mm.
nurturing ourselves is really, really easy. It's just about things like, I don't know, making a nice space in your house, a nice corner where you feel comfortable, taking yourself for a walk when you feel anxious, giving yourself nice things and comforting things, and just getting into this very nice soft habit of taking care of yourself is really going to make a difference, and it'll allow you to be more free in the world, which is what you really want to be, and which is your birthright. You're a Uranus in Leo.
Mm. Yes. Yeah, yeah. One of the things I actually would say here too, looking at this, look at your cards, it's interesting. You're definitely going to be guided. The page is going to be, you're going to be learning about what you're going to be doing and where you're going in front of you. You also got this excitable energy, which is going to be like, yay, my life's going forwards. This is magic. This is fantastic. This is great fun. And then we have this little bit of a fluctuating energy with the Three of Cups reversed. I'm looking at this, understanding exactly what this means. Just be mindful you're not doing too much. You need to just focus on like one bit at a time. It's almost like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing this. It's almost like it's a bit overwhelming. And so sometimes just be a little bit careful there that we're not doing too much, especially when it comes up here. However, something interesting is coming up here for you. Something interesting. There may well be a very nice gentleman coming into your life. A very nice gentleman coming into your life who wants to be friendly, maybe have a friendship with you, maybe even take things there a little bit there longer in the long run. But we could have something going on there. That's very, very nice. Okay. Alrighty. So,
You be discerning at every single moment what is good for you and what isn't good for you, and not to get too carried away.
yes.
Relationships are going to transform in 2021, and we're starting now with this full moon. So it's all about really connecting with yourself first, and then from there connecting to the other person. So your rhythm, you never step on your own rhythm. You never let yourself get carried away by others.
Okay.
So basically think of it this way. It's very simple. Imagine like you got two people starting to meet each other. So this person has a heart frequency at 68 and this one has it at 72. And so the
Yeah.
two hearts beat at different rhythms. So
Yes.
what we've done up to now is that one person just lowers or raises their rhythm to adapt to the other person. But now what we're happening is that we're getting together, we're connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. So 68 goes up to 70, 72 goes down to 70, and we end up synchronized. So that's
Yes.
the idea.
Yes. So, okay, we're going to have a tiny little break, a little breather of air, and then we're going to come back in, guys, just to give ourselves a bit of time out there. But we'll be seeing you in a very short moment in time, and we've still got our questions to answer there. But one of the things we're going to talk about, I'm sure I'd love to talk about here, is just the energy for the rest of the year. It's what we can bring in there. Okay, thank you very much for being with us, guys. It's lovely to see so many people online that are just joining us there. It's absolutely fabulous, and know loads of you in different areas of the world. That's even more fabulous. So here we are on the astrology show, and we're all doing a record-breaking 2-hour one. It is quite busy to do all this. We'll see how we go along here. But one of the things I want to talk about is from now to sort of to the end of the year, and the way the planets, because very soon now Mercury is going to start turning direct, then Mars is going to go direct, and energy sort of changes. And Mercury is a little bit faster than Mars, so Mars is going to like peer and like it's just going to say, well, I've stopped going backwards, but I'm stopped for a while before it actually starts moving forward. So though people can say, great, Mars has come to the end of its retrograde, we've also got this period of time where it's just probably going to say, well, nothing much is going to happen for a bit until I get moving. How do you feel about the rest of November? We're just about to come into November now. How would you feel about the energy that we're going through there?
Well, what draws my attention as I look at it now, because I haven't looked at it before.
This is why we do these shows. We get you to look at these.
Yeah. There's a lot of tense aspects during this month. So it's like mostly red aspects, mostly tense aspects. So it's all
Okay.
about, I think it's all about choosing past and future, what has
Yes.
been and what will be. With that, also with that Lilith that just got into Taurus. So what do you want to do? What do you want to make? What was and what will be. And it's very important that we don't think we can control things, because if you think you can control anything, you're actually not allowing the future to happen. So you're
Hmm.
basically getting stuck in the past. If you get stuck in the past, you're gonna get locked down, remember? So you don't want to
Hmm.
get locked down, don't you? You want to have a more normal life. So if you want to have a more normal life, don't try and control anything. And if you're like a control freak, then try yourself out losing control. I don't know. I'm not saying like take drugs or anything like that, but well, it's a possibility. Maybe smoke a, I don't know. Never said
Anyway,
anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know where you're going. Yes.
Just a joke. Just a joke. No, but I don't know, disorganizing stuff at home, doing things differently, sleeping on the other side of the bed, taking different routes to go to work, just dressing up in a different way. Anything that helps you do things differently will help you get into the habit of nothing happens when you lose control, or maybe observing people around you and saying, well, I don't care. Like, not worrying so much about how things should be done and just going, okay, maybe why not? For example, sometimes when the cleaning lady comes and cleans my house and she moves things out of the way, and I just look at it and I go, okay, interesting. Why not? So maybe it's interesting. Let's try things out differently. So get into this habit of, breaking your old patterns, even in simple little things. Because if not, if you create resistance, it doesn't look nice. It doesn't.
Yes.
It's going to be.
I used to think in astrology, I used to think in the old ways, like you people when I was training when I was very young, that every time you saw a square, it was like, oh God, there's going to be tension. Here's this challenge coming. But one of the things I like to say here is that I was actually speaking to an author about this and combining the two. And he says here, when you read a book, what's the main thing you want to read a book for? I'm going to say about a novel, something like a novel of any kind. And because what's in a book that keeps you interested? What is it that keeps you there? And I was going to think about it for a little while. I said adventure. He said, yeah, possibly here. Yes, a little bit of like, ooh, where's this going? And he said a few other things. He said the biggest thing in a book that you'll find that will always keep you on every single page, going from page to page, is conflict. I said, when you read...
But that's not good.
Well, if you're reading about the hero being in conflict with someone else and they've got to try and get through something, you're going to keep turning page until they win, or however he gets the woman or the woman gets the man, whatever it is.
That's the patriarchal mentality.
Oh
That's
yes.
like, oh, I'm feeling tension. Like that's like when you get into the movies, the sexual tension, and they're about to kiss and they don't, and it's like, oh my God, kiss. No, that's not good. That is addictive behavior. That's the old stuff. Sorry, Phil. I'm always telling you off.
No, I'm only telling you what this author said. I'm telling you what he said. Don't blame it on me.
That's good. That's good. Yes, you did.
Thank you
good.
very much. Thank you very much. Is that all right? Can I have a round of applause for that? Because all I did was I just repeated what the author said. There you go. See, I could do that because I'm in charge of sound effects. Yes.
No. What should keep you interested is curiosity.
Curiosity is a lovely word.
When you're curious, you want more. You want to go, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is different. Oh, I want to see what happens here. Oh, I want to see what happens there. That should be the drive, not tension.
Yes, but in a book, you read a book like, for instance, from Wilbur Smith, or you read a book from some of the other authors. They have huge conflict, but the stories there are still good, even though they're old books that go back to the 60s and 70s. And they're pretty good. I understand what you're saying, and it's interesting here. It's a very Gemini term, though, isn't it? Curiosity. Geminis love being curious.
Yes,
Yes.
and Geminis also love being right.
Yeah. Oh, don't. They go, yeah, probably. Yes. Yeah. Oh, dear. Right.
By the way, Phil, I've just randomly looking at different dates throughout the year till the end of the year, and I just stumbled upon the 5th of December.
The
And the 5th
fifth.
of December is so cool. It's like really interesting energies because we have the triple conjunction Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto in Capricorn, which is what's been causing all this shit all year round. Sorry for my wordings.
That's right. It's an
And at the
adult show. It's for grown-ups, even though we're dressed up.
and and at the same time, we have a trine. We have a fire trine with Sun, Moon, and Mars.
Sun, Moon, and Mars. Okay.
In the fire trine. So we have Moon in Leo, it's Mars in Aries, and Sun in Sagittarius. So it's a lot about really knowing what I want and going for it. And it's like this Saturn clump, the Capricorn clump, sorry, is like it's there on its own, like it's looking from far away and saying, yeah, right, is that what you really want? It's like, yeah, I know, I got it. It's like, I don't know, it's like letting you breathe and actually connect with what you really want. And it's forming part of a kite, almost a bit of incomplete kite with the North Node in Gemini. So it's
Okay.
like, okay, you're gonna get a glimpse of what you really want. You're gonna get like the fire, the thing that, okay, let's go for it. It's easy, we can get it, and we can create it with our mind and our thoughts. And the Capricorn clump going, are you sure?
You sure? Yeah.
Are you sure about this? So it's kind of interesting. So when we get to that point, are we going to be sure of that which we are imagining and creating? Is that really the future we want? Or is it tainted still by those old patterns?
Well, that's all going to be interesting because one of the things I think I'd say here is that I think December all round is a far better month than probably the last 6 months. Last 6 months, I think it's a fine December. Then as we get closer towards Christmas, I think they'll start picking up then again as well. Yes. Okay. Right. Katrina, thank you very much. He loves it really. Yeah, of course I do. Anyway, right. Okay, let's go and pop down the road to a nice lady called Evita. I'm just going to there she is there. I'm just going to bring up there. She says, this is a question for my mum. Anita. Hello, Anita. Hello, Anita. And she's born on the 3rd of the 1st, 1952. She is thinking about a job abroad, but she isn't sure if she should do it or not. Okay. And thank you. Well, it's interesting here because I've done your numbers here and you actually come down to a number 3. You're a 213. So the 2 part there is, in some respects here, there's a little bit of excitement here. There's a little bit of like, oh, I want a bit of daring stuff here. Though you're a Capricorn, and your numbers there add up to where they are. I'll tell you what I pick up here is there's a gentleman here who just stepped in. Just stepped in for you. Just stepped in for your mum there, Evita. And this gentleman who's just coming and wanting to talk to me, he's saying to me here, would you understand here that where your mum lives now, the home that she lives in, it's like she's talking to herself and telling herself, oh, this is my forever home, forever, ever home, forever, ever home. But would you understand it isn't? Would you understand here that your mother there is, it's almost like, you know, the old cartoons where the character, whether it's like the cat, the dog, wherever it is, or the person walks over the cliff but keeps going. It's like they're still going in a straight line. They don't know that the ground is gone, but they're still walking in a straight line. And it's almost like a pickup where your mum's concerned. It's like the old system of going here where you've gone in the past. It's almost like come to an end. It's almost like as soon as she realises, oh my God, there's nothing there because it's the old life that's gone. And yes, a new life is a start. And it's interesting here because your mother is also going back in time in her life here to relive a little bit of energy that she may have missed in her life in the past there where she wants a bit more fun. And I think that, yes, if she was to embrace it and do it, I think she would like it. I think it would be something that she could take on there. And but I'm looking at Guiomar there with her twisted lips. And
Yeah.
little smiley bits there. Yeah. Go on.
So Anita has there's almost like a cardinal square. It's almost perfect cardinal square. Um, with Uranus in Cancer, so that's like moving all the time. Um, Moon Jupiter in Aries, Sun Chiron in Capricorn,
Okay.
and Neptune Mars in Libra.
Wow,
So
it's a real cardinal thing going on there, isn't it?
yeah, strong character, strong personality. Like, okay, things should be this way, and I have to do this way. And it's a bit like very military, like boom, 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 boom. But North Node in Pisces says Anita should learn to go with the flow and not be so like that. But
Yes. Yes.
1952 is still a generation with Pluto and Libra who really want to, feel empowered in their life.
Okay.
But Lilith in Cancer says that, well, the important thing is that she connects more with tenderness and her feelings because all that empowerment is really comes from a place of of wanting to be free, of wanting, there's Lilith Aries, of wanting to not feel trapped.
Okay.
So at the same time, being so with all that cardinal energy can actually trap her in. So
Okay.
it's important for Anita to go softer on herself and not trap herself in. So, for
Okay.
example, what comes to mind, an ideal scenario would be to go live in the sea in a small little house or shack or even a caravan. I don't know, but something small and something very close to the sea and very near to nature and make life more simple. So all that drive energy can just go down and she can connect more with something
Okay.
more.
Okay. 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 Yes. I think, yes. Okay. It's very nice. Very nice. I'll have a look through the cards actually and see what the cards say around her for this. It's interesting. Interesting. And she says she has moved a lot in her life. So let's see what happens here. Okay. 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 Right. Just finished shuffling. There. Okay, let's have a little butchers here. See, you've got the 3 in your numerology there as well, which is all about the travel, all about the fun in your life. And I'm just going to, yes, let's go for that one there. Okay, moving abroad. Should you go and take a job abroad, move abroad? I just get that feeling inside me like, yes, just go and do it. Oh, God, it'll bring up so much fun. There's so much fun. Oh, my goodness, just do it. Do it, do it, do it. Bring up so much fun, so much happiness, so much happiness. The travel is there. Travel is there. You'll be letting go of old past ties. It's like walking off the cliff and realizing then you're going to cross all of a sudden, oh God, I'm not there on the old land anymore, and plop, you go into the sea or something like that. But it's something new. It's a new adventure. It's a new beginning. And I just pick up here, that would be absolutely awesome for you. So I think if you did that, magic, 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 magic. Right. Okay. So when we get towards the end of the year, we start getting towards New Year and things like that here. Do you think the energies are then starting to move out of this Capricorn thing and go into a different way altogether?
Yeah, well, on the 21st, I think it is, Jupiter and Saturn actually conjunct at 0 degrees Aquarius. So
Wow.
that begins a new era, basically. It's a new
Yes.
200 years, but it's also like they say that that's definitely the age of Aquarius. Other people differ, but anyway, so it's the focus on in the world will be different. So we've been 200 years in a very earth materialistic orientated life. Now we're going to a more air. It's mind, Aries social, Aries people, Aries equality. So we're going to a world that's based more on equality, on networking, on getting together, on being more equal. It's a way better society that we're stepping into right now. But
And a
of
lot of
course,
people, yes,
we have to structure it. But the way
yes.
we structure it is like it's not going to be like on the 21st, it's going to be different. Now, still the old structures are still falling down and falling into pieces, but this is where sovereignty comes in, because as the old structures fall into pieces, as we're going to see how governments are going to give power down to the people, because they can't cope with things. They're just as I said before, country governments are going to give the responsibility to local governments probably to neighborhoods to families, and so forth. So we have to be able to take that responsibility. We have to be able to be sovereign in ourselves and be responsible for ourselves and know where we are. So this is why this year is so important. It's so much about really learning to take care of yourself and knowing what's good for you and what isn't, so you can be sovereign, so you can actually afterwards take the responsibilities that are going to come towards you. We're not babies anymore.
No, we are not. And we're also thinking differently, aren't we? I think that's what we're being educated, as self-educated to do. I'll actually put it that way. Self-educated to do, because of what's being we're told to do, is go and do this especially what someone said to me the other day, I thought was good. It was a Corona coaster. We're having a Corona coaster year where it's like this. But on that journey there is what we're learning ourselves. It's although powers that be are telling us what we've got to do and we can only too many people here and only things there. It's how this is making us all respond to ourselves and what we're learning for ourselves and taking back ourselves. Taking back ourselves identity. This sovereignty, I think, I tell you what, I'm gonna borrow that word and look at this, and I'm sure we'll share it on other shows, is to say that we're looking for our own sovereignty. What a great way of putting this. I think that's huge, I think, for all of us. I think
it's so cool this year with all the COVID stuff, because it's really made us feel so many different emotions. Like 1 hour you're feeling one way, the other hour you're feeling a different way. So we're really getting a different concept of what emotions are, because like years ago people said, well, emotions don't exist. If you feel emotions, then you are weak and you can't feel anything. And then suddenly it went all the other way around, which is, oh, I feel something, this means absolutely everything. It's like, if I feel something, for example, in relationship, if I feel something when I'm in front of you, this means that I'm in love with you. No, it just means that emotions were triggered in you. So now we're starting to realize that emotions don't mean that, they don't validate your external reality, but they do mean that you are either emoting and bringing something out that is from your past or whatever, or it is something that is a signal for you to look for your own balance. So imagine the difference. So going from emotions are signs of being weak to overvaluing emotions and making life decisions based on emotions. Both, it's two extremes. They're just as wrong. To actually saying, okay, if I'm emoting this way, it means I have to take care of myself and get my balance back.
Yeah, I think so too. I totally agree with you. We're working through this to find out a greater stability for ourselves. And I think it's amazing. It's amazing what we're doing. Incredible. Great. Okay. We're going to be back in a mo, and then if I give you Katrina's details, we're going to be looking at her in just a second. So her date of birth there is the 16th of 3rd, 1962. 16th to 3rd. We'll be back in a moment. We're just going to do another break a bit again, just to take a sip. And then we'll be back, and of course we'll be doing a last half hour in grand style, and still what to do. I've also got Monique, thank you very much. She says my calorie tonight is gold. Wonderful. I should give you your date of birth. We need a question. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll be back in just a moment. There's a little bit of this again. Oh, we're back in. Do you like music there? I think it was awesome. That was Guiomar playing a drum kit and on myself on a guitar. Yes.
Just flying around.
Yeah. Okay, radio. Let's go to Katrina. And she says here, can I change mine from what's in store over the next 6 months to can I have some guidance, please? Pretty please, with spiders on top. You'll definitely get into the Halloween mood. Yes. Okay, so yes, let's do that. Yes. Right, okay, Monique, yes, hopefully if you listen, show it, Monique, we're going to come back to you in a little while here, but love your thing there. You said you don't feel balanced. It is about not feeling this particular balance at the moment, but let's come back to you in a minute. Right, okay, Katrina, let's have a word with you, Katrina. And because one of the first things I'd like to say here is, can you have some guidance? Would you understand here, because I have... would you understand that what you need basically is either a decision or someone to point you in the right direction, or for you to just feel I'm taking this direction and that's that? Because otherwise here we've got a lot of soft energies around you saying there, it'll all be all right, it'll all be okay, la da 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 da, and all this stuff here. But we need something like more realistic. And would you understand that you're thinking about more getting into this realistic head of yours, getting into more firmness, like fact this, and then make a decision? Because what we're being vague. We're being a little bit woo-woo, if I call it, without being insulting to anything there. But I just pick up that. And your energy here is interesting because you're a 3-0. You're a 283 in numerology, but it works out as a 3-0. And what I like about this here is you've got a 2 here, which is, yes, I want to keep other people happy. However, be very careful of this, I'd say, because your 8 here has enormous power. And you've got to be careful where you put it. Because if you go out to make other people happy, you're just there for them. In which case, that's not so good. That's not so good, unless that's what you choose. If you decide to say here, this 3 or the 2-8 energy, the 2 is about finding balance with me and other people and making it equal, then the 8 works well. It works well because you're both working towards a plan. You're both working towards something that is generating an interest there, whatever it is. And I think that'd be fantastic. And so it's awesome for you, I feel, here, if we start working on that sort of measure and actually start maybe beginning a little bit more looking at the options you're doing. Yes. This is one of the things I wanted to deal with, the releasing an intention. Yes. So it's putting something into place here, but owning it and doing it. And then I think you're going to find yourself going off to a very powerful place, and you'll be in a very good place. I think your energy will be very strong. And it's interesting here too, because I'm also picking up here a lovely, lovely lady who wants to come through for you. In fact, she's right there with me. She's amazing. But she used to like doing paper doilies, or now not just doilies, but not paper ones, but she also used doing ones. But she loved doing unusual patterns with them. That's what's different here. I know doilies were made by a lot of people in the olden days, but she really is carving out the patterns to make them look really, really nice. And I think she was well known for it. Well known, like she could make these and people would say, "Wow, these are great, these doilies." And what I'm picking up here is what she wants to say to you here is not to be afraid to be unique. Don't be afraid to be unique, rather than being the same as everybody else. Hang on, I haven't finished yet. I'm just coming. You watch that finger there. You get that finger down.
No, because I want. If Caitlin is still around,
yes.
Listen to this, Caitlin. Listen to this because you have a very similar chart.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm drawing and taking. I'm
talking.
I'm talking practice. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Yes, that's good there. So what I pick up here is fantastic. If you'll take yourself into that place, then magic. But it's about you being the strong one. I think that would be awesome. And I think that you need a little bit of this. See? There you go. That's just for you. What?
You're silly. So, okay, Katrina is Pisces, Sun in Pisces with Moon in Leo, like Caitlin.
Oh, okay. Caitlin, are you listening?
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like I don't know if you've seen, but we have a 16th of the third, 17th of the third, and 19th of the third of the people that I mean, I love looking at patterns. I can always see the themes that are like collectively coming together. And those themes that are collectively coming together are good for everybody. So even
Hmm.
if you're not having anything read today, even if you're seeing this in the future, it will apply. The themes that we're seeing will apply to you because it's all about like what we've seen so far. It's about letting go of of things where you were attached to, being really yourself and doing something proactively to expose yourself and to be out there and to say what you want and express yourself artistically. I mean, in this case, Katrina also has North Node in Leo and Uranus in Leo, so it's all about being out there and enjoying yourself and looking and creating the situations in which you can feel joy for yourself and for others. So with Pluto in Virgo as in the apex of a yod with a base of Saturn, Venus, Saturn in Aquarius and Venus in Aries, it's a lot about learning to really connect with others, what you were saying before, Phil.
Hmm.
Um, Not being afraid of because there can be a certain difficulty and certain with the sun in Pisces can pick up so much from people, and as I said before, the moon in Leo can just explode in the middle of everything to try to balance all the energy that you've picked up. So it's really about learning how to connect with groups of people so you can do it in a more balanced fashion and not being like so scared of being amongst people and all that stuff, and then from there being the leader. Yeah, also Pluto and Virgo can, like, instead of admitting that you're scared, you can like sort of like control people. But it's more of you organizing them and making them see things in a different way, being the leader that you are, because it's pretty powerful, the chart here, pretty powerful leader energies. And as I said, Pisces in a high vibe is a great organizer of people. You can really put everybody into their place.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I like that. That's great. I relate to this. I often feel that I don't fit. Now I love this. Or I want to have a word with you about this, young lady. I can relate to this. I often feel that I don't fit in.
Yeah,
You're
but it's
not
not,
supposed to
you're
fit in.
exactly, you're not supposed to fit in. You're the one that's fitting everybody else in. That's the difference.
Yes, that's the big difference. You've got to reverse the things here. People got to fit in with you, not you fit in with them. That's right. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people who have enormous power and ability is they don't
Yep.
often see that actually what they should be doing is the reverse of what they're doing. Yeah. And it is a funny thing. It's like it's got to be other people are more important than them when that's not the case. And as you look at your cards here about just where your life's going and how this is going to start working out in front of you, let's go with the middle part of it. Yes, it says I never thought of it like that before. And if I say about this energy here, about how your life's going to start taking you in front of you, never thought of it like that before. Well, if you did, you started acting upon it. And this is this intention stuff and seeing it through your own power and taking power back yourself. My goodness, Katrina,
And
you'll be.
yeah, this is one of the themes of the day. So when we feel like this in like a huge resistance in our life, like a lot of pressure or a lot of difficulty in something, it's not. And then we normally tend to like expect or want somebody to come in and rescue us. Well, actually, what happens is that resistance, that anguish, or that feeling that you need help, that makes you feel that you need help, it's actually your power, it's actually your spirit trying to manifest through you. You just haven't seen the way to do it because patriarchal values were in the way of you seeing how to apply that force, that energy, that talent. So just switch it around. Wherever you feel frustrated or feel it's difficult, there's your talent. That's what you have to give. It's not something that people have to give you, it's something you have to give others.
I think that's huge advice. I think that's very, very good advice. Very good advice. If you don't mind me saying that, I think let's have this. There you go. How's that for a bit of a creepiness? Was that good? All right, come on. Yeah, she does that in reality, you know. You think it's just a horror thing. It's all year. Anyway, okay, right. Okay, so your cards come up here and say yes. If you were to turn this around, you'd become a mighty, mighty, mighty strong character. Mighty strong, and I think you'd enjoy employing this area of your life here. And actually, you'd think different. I think you would find yourself experiencing life very differently, and because you can move on this, and you would let go of so much old worry, where you're thinking you're focusing on other people. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? How
That moving card has come out 3 times already.
I know, because I'm looking at that. I was actually thinking that myself, thinking that's interesting, because people are changing in their minds. It's not necessarily moving as in physically moving. It's about physically changing in our minds there. Your hat just looks hysterical. How can I keep a straight face? Look at you in that hat. Anyway, I know you can probably say the same back to me. Anyway, but yes. But one of the things that I think is interesting here is, and it's going to be the energy that's going to take us into next year, because next year is 2021 is a 5 energy. And what this is going to be, this is going to be for us, I think it'll be an enormous time here. Very, very interesting time. The 5 energy is about expression of freedom. And it's interesting what you're saying about the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, the 0 point of Aries, 0 point of Aquarius, rather. 0 point of Aquarius. And that is going to be, an Aquarius is very, very much about being the revolutionary. The revolutionary to be able to express freedom, to change our lives, to finding that there's a big sign of Aquarius where we think about humanitarianism, our best friends, and how we like equality and things to be fair and to be equal and to see things on a grand level, and how we can be daring enough or bold and big enough to make those changes. And actually say here, it's almost like, for instance, okay, being very political and being very aside here. I noticed this when I used to work in the jails, and there's very much a culture differences there. But it's almost like saying, here, yes, we're different, but hey, let's get on. Let's go on. Let's make something happen rather than looking at whatever old system it was, which was telling us we're different and that we can't get on. Yes, we can. Yeah. We just got to find that key connectivity. And Uranus is that magic. It's sparkly. It's electricity. It radiates out sparks, like when you put a axe onto a grinder and it sparks off. The sparks are the exciting or the positivity that can happen. So next year is a more thrilling year than I think more of us to perceive, because this year was a 4. It was always going to be about health. Always going to be about health, and it's also going to be about creating a new stability, and it was always going to be about something about duality. Duality with whether you see yourself and other people, you'll see yourself and what your country's doing, yourself, what your government's doing, yourself and whatever system is doing, what your family's doing. But it always was going to be about this thing, about this stability. But 5 is different. It's going to be, hey, don't worry about all that stuff of the past. It's what's going to start coming out is going to be radiating with enthusiasm and excitement. 5 is a brilliant energy.
Yeah, and the North Node is in Gemini, which is really inviting us to understand that different people have different perspectives, which is like one of the steps to go towards like accepting that we're all different and unique. And that's the cool thing, that we each one of us has a unique perspective on life. And that's what makes everything richer and better.
Yes.
And if we accept our sovereignty, then we accept other people's sovereignty. And then we can actually, with whoever we feel it is easy to do projects, because life will be about just creating new projects and having fun with it. So and there's a lot of Leo energy coming up today. So that in Leo is all about having fun and enjoying yourself. So this is what we're going towards, to have fun and enjoy ourselves. But with North Node and Gemini, it's teaching us to go, hey, this person feels and thinks in a different way than I do. Can I really accept that they're different? That doesn't mean I have to go have a coffee with them or be my best friend, but can I accept that person thinks and feels a different way? It's like, Why not? Let's be curious, you know. Let's not, instead of creating tension, remember what you were saying before, let's be curious. Let's
I think that's beautiful. I think
why do
that's
you
beautiful
think that
there.
way? Yeah, because for example, my nephew, he's like really pro vaccines, and I'm like kind of not, you know,
Mm,
because I can damage you more. But if, because I know his history and I know the reason why his youngest sibling died when he was 7 years old, and the sibling was just a couple months old.
yeah.
So that marked him for life. And of course, anything that has to do with taking care, and especially of children, it's something very, very strong for him. So I know his history and I know why he feels and thinks that way. And maybe probably if I were in his shoes, I would probably have reached the same conclusion as him. But I'm in my shoes, and my shoes and my experience and my history taught me something different. So
I tell you
that's
what taught
exciting.
me, yes, yes. I tell you what taught me difference here. And maybe other people got their own views here, which taught me difference, which is, it was, I think I knew it, but this year really heightened it, was patience with people. Give yourself loads of patience, time before you judge. Forget the judging. People present themselves in one way, but behind it there's something else, and that something else is the bit sometimes we want to connect with or understand. Understand
Exactly.
especially. Mm.
Exactly. That's the important thing. It's like
Oh, we
your
could
bad,
go on for another hour.
yeah, it's like your bad jokes, Phil.
They're great jokes. What are you on about?
No, but you're great. Your
Oh,
jokes are bad, but I don't care because you're great. So
likewise, my dear. Likewise, especially your hat. Yes, I keep looking at it thinking that is an all year round thing. You can wear that to barbecues, you wear it to fiestas, everywhere. Halloween, the lot. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we've got another reading coming through here, and actually I'm going to work with her, which is Monique. And Monique was born on the 10th of the 2nd, 1957. Only 57. And Joe, I know you've written in. If we get a chance to do yours, we will do it. If not, we'll do it tomorrow night. Is that okay? Is that okay? But because I know you follow our show a great deal, and obviously would like to do it. It's just I've just seen this recently. But if we can get through, then we will do. Yes. Phil and Guiomar, you're both fantastic. Oh, that's so nice. Well, you're fantastic too. So I think, what should we give you now? Let's give you this. No, we had that one. Yes. How's that one? Is that?
I'm in the kitchen. I can get the knife out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. Okay. So, just down. Your question here is. Oh, sorry. Just come back to your question. I just took that off there. Just let's come back and have a look. Delia Moran, hello again. Hello again, Delia. Very, very nice to see you. And also, let's just find again. I just missed you. Just I'll find it, and it is there. There we go. Good. Yes. Don't feel balance in my relationship. And your numbers here are 257. Well, it's interesting that 5 pops up again. That 5 pops again, and that's going to be an energy which is going to resonate extraordinarily with you next year. And so let's look. Have you got the date of birth there? Good.
10-2-52.
Yeah, 10-2-1957. And it's interesting here, but your 2-5 equals a 7. So whatever you're doing was ever going to be creative, or was going to be creative or spiritual. In fact, it's both, isn't it? Because we know that. And I'm going to tell you here that Monique is going to come on the show next year. And I know it'll be extraordinary, and it will exploit what Monique is up to a little bit later on. And I get her on to the show to do a little pop-up on a Wednesday just to explain what she does. But she's a wonderful lady, lovely, lovely lady. And but it's interesting here, your personal year this year is a 7, which is interesting. Now, yes, now what's going to happen next year? Well, that gears up to an 8. But you've got 5 in your numbers here. You've got a 5. And that's going to be the revolutionary next year. You think here you're looking at balance, specific want to feel balance in my relationship. You're going to be, how can I say here? You're like the motorcyclist. You're the motorbike. You're the motorbike. And whoever wants to take the journey with you is on a bike. But hold on. Hold on, because you're a powerful bike. So it's almost like, who wants to ride your bike? It's got to be careful. I put this. This is going worse. Sorry, who wants to ride this is going to be fantastic. I think it'd be terrific, but it's very, very, very strong, and I think that would be enormous there. Yes. Do I get my reading this time? No, because Delia, you just come in right at the end. But we're on again tomorrow night. So if you want to come on tomorrow, by all means do. We literally got four minutes. But Delia, by all means, come in on Sunday. Yes, that was the show we were going to do it on, was the Sunday one. And yes, Monique's laughing her head off. Okay, so that's why I say with your energy here, because it's terrific in that. So although you're feeling imbalanced at the minute, we go to the next year. Well, what you got coming to you is the power. That's what's going to be. That's going to be the big thing here. Yes. Yeah. And yes. Okay, so I think that's going to be a very powerful time. Now, off you go. Let's go down to you.
Yeah, so Monica's Sun, Lilith, Chiron, and Venus in Aquarius, in the opposite order. So that means that for Aquarius, the rock and roll starts next year. This year is a year for clearing out, for letting go of old stuff, for just making a lot of empty space to fill it in with new things for next year. So us Capricorns, we're having transformation big time this year. It's your turn next year for Aquarius. And you also there's a fixed cross. So there's Uranus in Leo, Mars in Taurus, Venus in Aquarius, and Neptune in Scorpio. So that, in spite of being so Aquarian, it's like, oh, change, I want new, I want different, there's this fixed cross. It's like, together with a moon in Gemini, it makes it a bit more difficult to move forward, even though it's all, except for Venus, all planets that are about dissolving the fixity of things. So there's a lot about you of bringing in the new, but dissolving what's fixed. But then you can get stuck in what's fixed before you bring in the new. And with that moon in Gemini, the risk of the moon in Gemini is to get carried away by the way other people think. So sometimes you don't know what's yours and what isn't. And the important thing here also is Mercury in Capricorn. So it's important that you free your mind from what surrounds you, so you can actually do your stuff and be you and create the change you want and you need, and that it's part of you. So there's a lot of you about it's all about bringing that change in.
I think it is about bringing that change in. You're going to look at here, it's interesting, because you're going to earn a lot of money. You're going to earn a lot of money there, and I think you'll do exceptionally well. And I think it'd be a good time for you, I think, Monique, especially as you come up through next year. I also look at this as well, and some of the other energies that come up here is, although you're going through tiring times at the moment, you're actually going to reach a point of inspiration. But what you get, in a funny way, is what you want, or what's right, should I say here. What's right, can I put it that way? But you'll go on for a very, very good year, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy yourself, and I think it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Why don't mummies take time off?
Why don't mummies take time off?
Yes, because they're afraid to unwind. Mummies, in like the wrapped up mummies.
Yes, I understood.
Yes, you understood. Okay. And why did the headless horseman go into business? He wanted to get ahead in life. That's awful. Ah, yes. I know.
I can imagine Phil like a half an hour before the show Googling bad Halloween jokes.
There was good Halloween jokes, not bad ones. No, good. That was, yes. I know too many mummies who get far too wrapped up in themselves. Anyway, never mind. Yeah. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Guiomar, what can I say? I've got to say a huge thank you to you, because this has been an awesome show. And we started this off, didn't we? We were going to say this a few months ago. We were going to do this. But my God, it's been absolutely fantastic. We've had such a blast. It's been good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been good fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Well, I think they did because everyone stayed with us and it's lovely. It's checking out the numbers there. You guys are amazing. So a big round of applause to you. Big round of applause to you. I think we need, let's do that one there. That's to you guys out there. And that's how to do a... They're here. And just say a very, very big thank you to Deborah, who is doing the producing in the background and conversing with everyone. Thank you very, very much. And big loves there to all you guys out there. You're absolutely awesome. Big loves and burgers. And don't forget, make them spoil with your appetite tonight. Spoil your appetite. It's the one night you can have burgers. Red burgers. You can have bean burgers. You can have whatever burgers, but you would like. But guys, thank you so much. It's been awesome. And the guys who couldn't read tonight, Delia especially, we're on the show tomorrow night. We start at 7 and we finish at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, which is a Sunday. So Delia, if you like a reader, then Bobby's come through, and we will love to read for you. Love to read for you. In the meantime, though, what can I say but a huge thank you. Thank you to everybody who's joined us. And I just want to get what's else come through here. Yeah, Deanne, you're a bit late to the party. And Deborah says she's off for a glass of red wine. I know it's red, but is it wine? Who knows? But guys, thank you so much. And thank you very much for the music. And as I say here, just got to play out to the me on the guitar. And this is Guiomar playing the drums. Thank you.